All right. I think we are officially live.
Oh.
So
All right.
I would, before we even start, I just want to say thank you, C. One, love the name. Two, thank you. Bleeding Rainbow, my husband Wynn actually came up with that, obviously based on reading Rainbow, based on our logo. So I will give him full credit for that. But without further ado, let's get this live stream started and let's do some member interactions and introductions. So I am LJ from Bleeding Rainbow Comics. We make queer and nerdy content. We write and publish our own comic books with a new one on the way very soon. And at the end spiel, we can plug all of that fun stuff. But let's do Megan.
Yes. Hi. Hello, everyone. I'm Megan. I'm from the Vigilante Vibes, a Marvel podcast. We are a non-toxic podcast. We give our honest opinions, but we do not have the homophobia, racism, or sexism that comes with the fandom, unfortunately. And I am the owner of the Nerd Haven on Facebook, where some of you may be watching from. So welcome. Happy to have you all here and happy to be here.
And then Tom.
Oh, that's me. Hi. I'm an Nichole live and direct straight from the Sanctum of Awesome. My name's Off the Cuff Tom, Nerd Initiative's pop culture connoisseur. I work with Megan. So wait, my camera's backwards. I work with Megan over there at Nerd Initiative. It is always a pleasure to be here. Thank you so very much for having me. You can also check me out. I also do some free agent stuff. I'm just all around the internet. Off the Cuff Tom. I love everybody, and I don't take shit from no one.
Well, thanks both of you. And then do you wanna bottle cap that intro?
What do you mean?
Who are you?
Yeah,
he just started.
Who are you?
We got this, man.
I left my door open and he just like wandered. I have no idea who he is.
He is at all of it. I just come in and I'm like, hi. But I am Wynn. I am the husband. I am the artist of Bleeding Rainbow. Hello.
I was about to say, he's the one that does all of the art. I cannot draw, which we will definitely find out later. But
I'm ready.
Oh, I am very ready. So let's talk first impressions. How are we feeling post the first 2 episodes? And then if you want to bookend that, we can do first impressions versus expectations and if they met it.
I think it exceeded all my expectations. I knew it was going to be spooky and a good time, but I didn't expect it to be so compelling.
Yeah. Like Lane is obsessed with WandaVision, and like I love Wanda, but I'm not watching it on repeat 24/7
because you're a hater.
But I actually enjoyed this more than WandaVision.
Really?
So far.
Yeah,
I mean,
so far,
2 episodes in, but
just the entirety.
It grabbed to me more, I guess, than the first couple episodes of Wanda did.
You just like that witchy shit.
I think it had the hype behind it, and I don't go into any Marvel anything anymore with expectations. I play very safe because you never know. Some things are great, some things aren't. Like I was looking forward to Iron Fist.
Oh, I liked Iron Fist.
Exactly. So knowing that, we had Captain Han coming back, obviously there was a bar there, and I think she's obviously met it. We don't have the full ensemble yet, so I still don't bear judgment. There's a lot of things that got to happen here. Deborah Jo Rupp, I mean, thank you, Kitty. That's all I got to say. I'm very happy and pleased. I'm looking forward to where it goes. I think that we haven't really delved into the mystical side of Marvel yet all that much, and this is a great segue. Doctor Strange is Doctor Strange, good for Cumberbatch, but everything else, like I'm learning almost with you guys at the same time.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm definitely excited for it. Like Wynn said, I am a massive WandaVision head. Also, most of the comics that I read are Marvel Mystic, and like this is my jam. I like witchy stuff. I live for Halloween, even when it's not October. We decorated on August 31st this year. But anything spooky, campy, anywhere gay as hell, I am all for. I've been obsessively looking forward to the show.
Megan, did you have a thing? Was that a thing, or just random handoff to you. See,
was her
we
personal
even got
assistant.
Adam's family reference.
LJ reminded me earlier to get a pen and paper, and I was like, "Oh, thank you, I forgot." And then he just said it, and I completely forgot. So I did a little text to my people to bring me something.
Oh,
He-
people
it's-
as in her
Run
husband.
an errand run.
He's very cute, so it's okay.
Mine is too. That's why we have him on camera.
Isn't he
Um,
adorable? He's
I'm not
But
complaining.
no, I complain a lot, but I won't get into that. We'll be here all night.
C says Billy is my favorite comic character, and I am so stoked we're finally getting him into the MCU in his teen form. I know who this is. Oh gosh, I know who
we
this
got a
is.
cat.
Oh, it's not the cat,
Hello.
but they're from
It is my
Nerd
cat.
Haven. It's really cool to see so many people so excited for Billy when I was worried that people would be like, I don't really care. It's not that. But it's nice seeing how many people are hyped for him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited just because it's officially LGBT character, no question. We got to dive into it.
Yeah.
But
I am very surprised at
did
how
they
much they're
confirm
not
this yet?
hiding it.
It's
They
2
haven't,
episodes. Did they
and-
confirm it?
No, and
They-
I was about to say that. I was getting so scared because I was skeptical anyway, and then he like convinced me. He was like, "No, it is." And then the first episode dropped, and I was like, "They're talking a lot about Nicholas Scratch."
See,
Could it be him?
it's almost too easy to me that it is her son. It's Billy. It's
Mhm.
too easy. If we all remember Ralph Boner, we all got trolled in that one, so that very well could be that. I think it could be a Mephisto minion or Nicholas Scratch. So
Mhm.
I think we're being
Listen,
led
don't kill my
to think
dreams.
something else.
No, I'm man, I gotta get used to this reverse camera. I have to
Same.
agree with Meg simply for the fact that that cameo was there for a reason. There's a lock of
Mhm.
hair in there. Whose is it? Why would
Yes.
Agatha have a lock of hair for someone else's baby?
Well, and
The
not
scratch
only
on the
that,
surface
just-
on that one.
Yeah, good play on words.
I do.
Also, did anyone notice that when they said another child sacrificed to
Yeah.
Agatha, she like gave a dark look over?
So-
like, I'm thinking she sacrificed Nicholas.
So in the
and he's
comics,
gone.
Agatha abandoned her son in Old
Mhm.
Salem. So that could be the same issue. She could have abandoned him, left him for dead. He didn't die, and that's a lock of his hair. And she's not expecting it to be him because she thinks he died.
Yes,
So-
exactly.
Okay,
I'm telling
listen.
you,
Okay,
there's been
and
too many
this is
seasons.
Nah.
There's been-
this is my rebuttal to that. I think that he is there. Well, I'm hoping he is there as a plot device because the last time Agatha had some type of child figure in her life, she sacrificed him and chose her magic over the child. And so I personally think, hold on, there you go. I personally think that we're learning about him to set her up to make that same decision later with Teen, which I'm just gonna call Billy, out of manifesting.
Speaking
So
of I got to throw here when he was trying to talk and say his name, you notice how it had very much like a Billy Butcher Hocus Pocus vibe with the stitching.
Yes.
But did you
didn't
notice it
actually
was a
notice that.
cursive M?
M.
So I will go
Yeah.
to the fact that it might be Wiccan, all right, but who knows? I mean,
But
it's the
two
MCU.
things could be true at once. It could be
Mephisto!
Wiccan. He could not know he's Wiccan. He could be a Mephisto minion. He could be no one. Like
That's a whole
could be
different
no
comic.
one.
That's
Like-
so relatable.
Same. Felt.
But we have in the chat, we have Finn saying that guy in the library was the mailman from WandaVision.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
he also seemed demented as hell. And so I think that there's something going on there a little bit sketchy. But perhaps the M stands for and
Mephisto!
dare I say the name Mephisto.
I just want to point
Um,
out, the picture of the boyfriend who was not given a name, by the way. There were so many rumors about a
boyf.
year ago that he was supposed to play Hulkling,
Uh-huh.
who's with
I
Wiccan
remember
in the
this.
comics. So
Mhm.
something's there. He was not given a name on purpose. We're gonna see something about him. Just want to point that out.
And God knows we have enough celestial and outer space characters. There's no reason why we can't have Hulkling.
True.
Yes. I was also, side note, he does not like Scar from from She-Hulk, that end cameo.
Sakaar. Yeah.
Sakaar,
Scar,
yes.
yeah, no. The only
That
time they've
was-
really done Scar very well was in Hulk and the Agents of Smash several years ago, back on Disney Plus when they had the cartoon series.
Mhm.
Great show, really nice, very self-contained. I can go on and on about that just because that's what this says. That says that.
I do want to point out in the chat, because I actually know who C is. Also, it says, yes, it is Cameron Cole from Haven. I'm the world's biggest Young Avengers fan. I want to call him out because I want to applaud everything that he's doing on the Agatha All Along subreddit. He's incredibly active there. Wonderful. He's also been super supportive of Bleeding Rainbow posts. So thank you for all that you do. You're awesome. And let's see. They show Nicholas's room in her house. It's untouched. Almost always when they show that in movies or TV, the kid is either dead or disappeared.
We're coming back.
All I have to say is, God, I hope Marvel is not stupid enough to not make him Billy. With all the fan casting that came out as soon as season 1 Heartstoppers came out, everybody was right on it, like right away. Like, this has to be the casting for Wiccan. It has to. And so if Marvel does not make him Wiccan, it's going to be an uproar.
I will say, Jack
how's
Schaefer in an
John
interview.
Krasinski doing as Mr. Fantastic? Let me go ask Big Poppy. Okay.
I will say Jack Schaefer in an interview mentioned how she had kind of learned her lesson on so many red herrings. So I'm taking that with a grain of salt, but in a positive way. I hope
want to
that we do
confirm
meet
that
Nicholas Scratch on the Nicholas Scratch on the Witch's Road somehow, but I hope he's not.
or the
What was
rabbit is Nicholas Scratch.
Ooh.
His name is Senor Scratchy. But
Yeah.
I also want to point out that Joe Locke did confirm that his character is gay.
Yes.
So he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did, Tom.
Hold on.
Get back,
I'm fine
back
with them
on
being
the
gay.
cuff.
That does, just because they're gay does not mean they automatically have to go somewhere. Anybody can be gay.
Yes. I
Bro.
agree with that.
Bro,
But
Wiccan,
I think
listen.
it's funny.
Hey,
He
Tom,
had to
guess
say
what?
his character was gay.
Out of all the characters that surround these characters and these stories, there's one gay one. There's one gay one.
Really? We got to go straight to the token gay? Seriously?
He is the token gay. He's the one.
If you can figure out how to fist fight on a live stream, I will pay you $100 each.
I do think it's funny. I think it is hilarious that he felt he had to go on record to state his character was gay, because not
it's
to
so
say
sad.
stereotypical, but
No shit.
we can tell, buddy.
Don't
Was
get me
it
wrong.
the
I'm
boyfriend
fabulously
calling?
straight, but my dar was going off.
Yeah. I was like, oh, bless him. I just hope he lives such a good, happy rainbow life. But he did have to go on record to. He said he was worried about the hatred he was gonna get for the character, so he was bracing himself and putting it out there before it happened, which is
I
sad,
applaud him for that.
totally understandable.
Yeah. We have in the chat, it really seems like he is saying William. Do we agree? When he has his little cursive M.
I mean,
Mephisto.
See,
I feel like that at least the special effects people are talented enough to cover it up to where we'll be speculating about anything he said. I mean, somebody could have heard an M, somebody could have heard a W, somebody could have heard Z. Like, you're going to hear what you kind of want to hear.
I think what might be interesting with that is if Teen tries to say his name again now that he's not in the hex of Westview, might be different down the line. Now that we're on the road, it might be something completely different. It could change based on situation.
well, it
True.
could
Name
also
is just I
change
Am
based
Franklin.
on if Agatha's the only one that can't hear it, because someone's controlling him, and they don't want Agatha to know who he is
Mephisto.
for a reason.
I do have that
I'm gonna
question.
kill
Do
this
we
line.
think that it's just Agatha that Teen is getting censored to, or the entire Coven, Teen won't be able to share his name or story?
TBD.
Or...
TBD.
I think it's just Agatha because you watch her try to cover his mouth or stop him from telling people who he is, which makes no sense, but also it's Agatha who wants to figure it out for herself. So
Let's give her a break. I feel like she lost a few screws in that hex.
oh, she totally
No.
did. But I wasn't rapping on her, but in WandaVision, she did say, I need more. I need to figure this out. That's her thing. That's what she does.
Uh-huh.
So she doesn't
Yeah.
ask for help. She wants it all to herself.
Okay, so
But
we
watch
we've
just
kind
nobody
of
else
tangented
ask
here.
him ever again who he is. It just goes off into the ether.
All right, we've
See?
gone on about the little dude. Let's like break it down like episode 1. Let's just
Okay.
let's start
Yeah,
there.
of course.
Let's
Really
just, like,
quick though, I
switch
do
the
have to
guy.
do a shout out. So my brother just posted a comment in the chat. Haven't seen the show yet. Glad to see you guys doing the YouTube thing. Quality has only improved since you started. It looks like you definitely found your niche. Thank you so much. That means a lot. He's never talked to me about my YouTube channel, so I just wanted to point that out and say thank you.
Hi, baby.
I see you. You're here. Welcome.
Any
Please go
brother
watch
of
the
yours
show.
is a brother of ours. Hello.
What's up, bro?
Which is weird because for the first time for my students today, I like for my middle school student, because I teach middle school and high school,
He's a
I had
superhero.
like this in-depth conversation about my siblings out of nowhere, and so that's just ironic.
You put it out in the
All right.
universe.
Yes, out in the universe. So, Tom, what was the? Where are we going from here? Where would you like?
Episode 1. Let's just start breaking it down. I love the fact that what they chose to do was do a spoof on like late 90s, early 2000s TV. Because I mean, if
Yeah.
you really think about it, and especially it's the standard LA, Law and Order style television. If you really think about it, how we went through WandaVision, where did we stop?
This cat.
No, we did not stop on the cat.
Well, no, absolutely. I mean, I'm fine having the cat in, but we stopped right around 80s, 90s, early TV.
Yes.
So the hex was stuck at that particular time. So
Yeah,
to
and
get
I
a
love it.
procedural drama, that's the word I was looking for.
Mhm. Also, I think it's fun. It was an interesting way to run with the nosy neighbor. Like, she's a detective. She's nosy. Like, it was fun. It was
I also think
A
creative.
little like
I also think it
kidnapping.
was different enough because it doesn't really fit the same vibe as where we left her in WandaVision. So that shows when the event happened at Wundagore that Agatha's hex kind of shifted, and that's kind of brought on by, I forget what Herb's actual civilian name is, but he says that she's been acting funny for a few days. But I really like when she is in her little Mayor of Easttown hex. When you watch it back the second time,
Yes.
you see
so
kind
much
of what was
more-
really happening during that time, where her neighbors were just like, "Yeah, Agnes, please leave." Especially with Herb's real counterpart, because you can tell there's usually something in between them, like the
Yes.
caution tape or something,
Or the
and
river.
You realize that that's the flower bushes.
Mhm.
And so, and she was just out there taking pictures of his flowers, and he's probably like, "What the hell is this bitch doing?"
I wish we could have saw more of their side.
Yes,
I
like,
thought it was
this girl is
hilarious.
insane.
We might.
Like
We
might.
Wanda. I really hope we do, because if you have Catherine Hahn in this role, she would sell the crap out of that.
Yeah, I want an entire series just of their perspective. I think it would be amazing.
It wouldn't be a bad idea, like to do a YouTube series or ancillary media on the side, just to tie it all
Yeah.
together.
And I could see them doing it because they've went crazy on this media for the show.
Yeah, her advertisement has been insane. But like how they did the 5 hours of ASMR countdown leading up to the premiere, they could easily do like a 60-second like short interaction of her being in her hex and seeing the other person's side of it. Like when she tied up Joe Locke and put him in his closet, or put him in the closet, ironically.
Okay, so if I can jump in here, C
Yeah.
made something very, very relevant about how they're pronouncing things. Now, you said Baltimorean Wooder. If I got to interject here, it's supposed to be Jersey, and not necessarily we know exactly what part of Jersey. I'm a native Philadelphian, and as much as I might eloquate very well, trust me, you get two Yinglings in me, it's a whole different story. So it's actually Wooder, Woueder. It sounds like it's spelled. They tried really too hard. Like, honestly, they should have got Tina Fey to come in to be like the voice dialect coach because she's from just outside. See, I just start falling back into it.
Oh, no, go for it. It sells it.
But it's the truth that mid-Atlantic Philadelphia, New Jersey accent is a very, very specific things. And there are dialect coaches out for it. But I think that the fact that what they were doing was hyping up the campiness of the procedural drama so that she was supposed to be this hard-boiled kind of, detective. Like, yeah, I know what you did, kid. Just admit it. Felon, it's all dependent which side of the line it is. Like, I think that the fact that they played into it and oversold it made it all the better.
Yeah, it did.
I agree.
It was beautiful.
Speaking on when everyone was appeasing Agatha and going to such lengths, you don't realize how much she doesn't until you watch it the second time.
Yeah.
And freaking Miss Hart ran over a kid and was like, "Oh, okay, sorry, Agatha. I'll get back in my car." Like,
whatever's happening here, I'm okay, bye.
But
no, I was gonna ask what you guys think really happened and what you guys think didn't happen. Like, I think that the Sharon Davis running over Teen, I think that actually happened.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think that he was creeping around the neighborhood and she wasn't paying attention. She was, on her Instagram, living, loving life, and eat, drink, play.
We know she doesn't get high.
She said it. She made it very, very
and then
clear.
She proceeded to act super high during the song.
God bless her. She was having the best time.
So I think that she actually did hit Teen. But yeah, that's the only one I can take really into context. The whole idea of being in the library stacks and seeing this whole thing torched, that's what I want to see. Where was that referencing? I will suggest that maybe where she's at in her head, where the library was, might have been the foundation for Wanda and Vision's house, considering it is gone.
Yeah.
So that might be the exact same spot that she was.
That's not bad.
Yeah. That's a
or
good
her
theory.
basement.
Because I was going to say, what if it was the library and the girl playing Dottie, whatever Sarah Proctor, was just okay, I will look up this book. Please leave. You're scaring people.
What if it was in Dottie's house?
Oh, God. that is my headcanon. I choose to believe that it was in Dottie's house.
I love it. I love that nobody will speak a Wanda, but they're like, man, now we're stuck with this loon bat.
We've all had one of those weird old ladies in our neighborhood where you go, I mustn't. Okay.
I think that's me.
I just love it.
And then, moving the conversation to talk about coming out of the hex. That was my favorite scene of both episodes because one, it made her seem like she was the most witchy because this middle-aged lady walking naked through the street cussing at people, what is witchier?
That was Catherine Hahn's idea.
Going back through the costumes and everything.
Well.
My God.
Well, when she was naked in the neighborhood, that was Catherine Hahn's idea. And she was the first woman to do it.
Of course it was.
Yeah, she said, I want to do it because she was naked. She was vulnerable. She wasn't powerful. She didn't feel herself. She didn't have her comfort, which is usually her magic. But in this instance, it's her clothes. And
I was surprised that they did that.
I was too, but
I need to get into some Pilates or Zumba or something.
I was going to say, did she have a butt double?
No, it was her.
I don't think so. I think it was
you
her.
Go, girl. Seriously.
I'm saying, if I looked like that, I'd be naked all the time. Good for you, Catherine.
Let's say, if I ever take a butt pic, I'm superimposing hers over top of mine.
Really? I thought she had a bit of a flat ass, but that's just me. She's got enough ass to bravery to do it. But I still think she had a flat ass.
Look, if you can look that way at her age, you're perfect. Yes. You look great. Don't change a thing. She's older than me.
She did look incredible this entire show. I will say in the trailers, her her coat outfit I
51.
didn't really think anything of it in the trailers, but when I saw it and how purple it was and like the sigils underneath of it, like it was just so good.
It was
Like,
her with her
and I
hair
thought
up.
nothing of
Ugh.
it in the trailers.
Oh, her with
But
her
no,
hair
she
up
knows-
is just beautiful.
So she's selling it with clothes and without clothes in this show. She's like, you
Yes.
know what? This is just going to be my entire resume. I'm going to show everything.
Tom,
Oh,
when you were
gonna be
bent
like-
down like that with that marker in your mouth, I thought you were like lighting up a Swisher Sweet.
Oh God, no,
I
no.
was like, what is happening right
No,
now?
I'm like Mrs. What's her name? I don't smoke. I don't smoke.
We're getting witchy.
On camera.
So after Agatha is broken out of the spell and that whole awkward interaction with Herb's character, whatever his real non-hex name is, and we learn that the Westview residents are playing along, we have a lot of Rio versus Agatha. I would in this video like to talk about what's going on there. So why are Agatha and Rio unable to kill each other? Because that's specifically mentioned. Why would Agatha die if she absorbed Rio's power? And what is the history here? And I actually want to start with Megan because I did see your theory online. So you are the pro Rio.
Okay. Here I go. So we know that Agatha is not above sucking up people's powers because R.I.P. Coven. But if Rio was not in her coven, because Agatha would not have let someone go off by themselves. So they made a blood pact. That's what I'm saying. It's been confirmed that Rio is an ex. So I think when they were an ex, when they were together, they made a blood pact. So they forever will be together in death and in life.
Mm-hmm.
So one cannot kill the other without killing themselves.
Yeah, Finn agrees. Finn just said it's giving romantic blood bond type of thing. Awesome.
I'll agree with the whole hex thing. But I will also go one step further.
Let's go.
It's been said that Rio is supposed to be a green witch. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, green witches typically are the witches of life and of earth and of nature. On the flip side, Agatha is like full on dark. So it is the yin and yang of things. And that could probably be, I wonder why I wore this. That's where
You're
I'm
clairvoyant.
No, I'm just Tom. So that's where I think that because Agatha is really based in dark powers as opposed to, Rio, who could be more, not saying light powers, but life powers might cancel each other out, or don't cross the streams.
Yeah,
I don't think she's a green witch.
Okay.
I think she's.
And that's why everybody's allowed to have opinion.
And I'm telling you that this opinion is factual. I think she's Blackheart, Mephisto's child.
Mephisto!
And
I'm
that's
so
why
far down.
Do you think they're deeping into that Blackheart thing?
Well, yeah, because she said I have a Blackheart. They didn't put her name; they just put Blackheart.
They put Blackheart.
Yeah,
they could have just not done that.
For
Now I wanna
me
go play Marvel
and
vs.
anybody
Capcom.
watching this video that might not know the full history behind Blackheart, do you know anything about Blackheart that you could share?
Marvel vs.
before-
Capcom 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, a really good. Oh wait, wrong. Sorry.
So Blackheart is Mephisto's child who had very different views from Mephisto. So they worked together for a little bit, then they didn't. And then Blackheart, if you want to look up Blackheart, it's mostly having to do with Ghost Rider. I think he's even one of the Ghost Rider movies. So
Yep, second
it's
one.
a cool, yeah.
Oh,
I made it
I haven't
halfway
seen
through.
those in so long.
It's there. So
First one.
So Megan's a
first one,
super fan.
I love
This
the
is
first
it
one.
then. They're
Yeah.
combining. They're gonna combine Nicholas Scratch and Blackheart into one character. It's Joe Locke, and it's Mephisto and Agatha's love baby.
Who invited you to this video?
That's not a bad idea. Well, think about it. Back on Netflix, they combined two characters together to make Night Nurse. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities for them
they've
to
done this
six of one,
multiple
half
times.
dozen of the other.
They have. They
Yeah.
combined ones to make Sylvie too, didn't they? Lady Loki and
Yeah, it's pretty much Lady Loki and Enchantress.
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean,
But-
it'll happen. They do
Yeah.
it. That would be such
I
a
think it
dark
is,
little baby,
right
my
there.
lord.
If
That's going to be
Enchantress
my
and
new
Sylvie
handle,
had a
Dark
baby,
Little Baby with a black
my
swirl.
Lord.
They also just did a concept kind of like that in the comics with Mystique and Destiny. That's Mystique turned into a male, and they actually had
Yeah.
the kids.
Nightcrawler.
So, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
So
I mean,
could happen.
it's not out of the realm of Marvel to do something like that.
It's not, and I just wish they wouldn't do it, but that's another conversation for another time.
But yeah, going into episode 2, especially breaking that spell and the ripping off of the clothes, and okay, at 51 she's allowed to have a flat ass. But it was so good, and the fact that she had to start, let's get the band back together. I like the idea that they said that there's always a coven within 3 miles. It's like, okay, cool. We don't have to deal with 45 minutes of traveling all around, the mid-Atlantic to Salem, which would have been a total cop out. So to stay like right there was a really good idea. I got to give him credit for that.
We have Cameron in the chat saying the other strong argument for her being Mephisto's child is that there's no Rio in the comics, just like there was no Agnes in the comics, and it was just Agatha's fake hiding name.
Ooh.
So,
I mean, I did go for the purple and green vibe just for fun, but yeah, sure. Ooh.
I'll say purple and green, you get Joker vibes.
What do you mean, Betsy?
Oh my goodness.
Going from there,
what happens when you get
let's talk about this coven, since we're in episode 2 now. So the hex is broken, I think, for the most part. I don't think she's 100%. I think she still has a little bit of it.
99.2.
Yes, somewhere.
Oh my
in there.
gosh, when she tried to drive the car, and it was just
That was
like
great.
this
is not a car. You are driving.
But okay, so that means she had to have some form of lucidity in real life, or somebody came in to make this fake little testing drive car. So again, going back to the idea of making a side project of who was placating to her.
Yeah,
actually, so the neighbor saying that they were like bringing her food and stuff. Maybe she just kept trying to drive while they were like, you cannot drive under the influence. It's your fake car. Agnes, this is your car. Drive this.
It's like when you make a toddler a fort. It's like when you make a little kid a fort. Like this is.
We make forts all the time.
Well,
Dude, I just got a new chair. I had a new fort, so I got my whole fort.
Look, I'll make a toddler a fort. I'm not making you guys a fort. But
granted, we need a significantly larger fort. It takes up the whole living room, and it's spookified right now, so I'm not messing that up. So the hex is broken. We're recruiting the coven now. Let's walk through that coven and the recruitment in order. So Lilia Calderu as played by Patti LuPone. I think she was fabulous. I think that I am so glad that this is not below Patti LuPone, and that she really committed to the bit. She was not afraid to go there. She's just iconic. My favorite part of that was in an interview, I saw that one of their actual like bloopers made it in. And so when Patti LuPone is like doing her crystal ball thing, and Teen just starts laughing, but you can tell he's trying to hide that he's laughing. Apparently that was just Joe Locke breaking character. And he was like, I don't know if they just thought that I was doing that as Teen, but no, I was legitimately just trying not to laugh because Patti LuPone was ridiculous and I was supposed to be serious. But no, I'm forever grateful that that's in the final cut.
Patti LuPone has such great comedy chops that look at, we have a freaking all-star cast. Let's be honest. Aubrey Plaza plays the cold, dead stare. But she comes off so cold. Yeah. I would love to see her play a good guy just to see that she can and she'll kill it. But hi, how are you? I'm going, like, every time I see her, I go straight back to Scott Pilgrim. That's just me.
Yeah.
But Patti LuPone, Catherine Hahn.
Talk about a stacked cast, but in the future.
Oh my God. It's so great. Marvel did a great job. Especially, getting Joe Locke for whatever character they decided to make him. Okay.
or Teen. Okay? You gotta have like the slanted lip on both sides. I can't. I am not an actor for a reason. There we go. Tom's got it way better. Richard says, "What's up, Megan? Glad to see the MCU back in action." Oh, and Vigilante Vibes already got me there. Let's see. Yeah, so we have Cameron saying her not being able to see or hear teen/Billy. Thank you, Cameron. It's very likely remnants of Wanda's spell. It's broken, but not 100%. Or rather, hear/see him giving any details that would commit to who he is and where he is from. So maybe that's just Marvel being shifty. Like, this vague person, we're not going to confirm it in this show. We're just going to leave it open-ended, and whatever fans want, we'll just plug it in later.
Okay, hold on. I just had a crazy theory. I got a tangent here.
Okay, go for it. This is what this is for.
I need Megan to confirm this. If I remember correctly, that Wanda's boys in the comics were part of Mephisto or part of the soul of Mephisto or something like that, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
What if, hear me out, that Joe Locke's character is a living embodiment of the Darkhold and he's trying to get himself unlocked?
Okay.
I like that.
Thank you. Good night.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
I would
that
be
a lot.
okay with that if we call him Billy.
Oh,
and he has blue magic in which he has to summon it by saying it over and over again because that was one of Agatha's self-help books. But yeah, you're absolutely correct. So in the comics, Billy and Tommy are pieces of Mephisto's soul that get reabsorbed and all that fun House of M crap that is very complicated for casuals. But no, I'm okay with that. If part of his story was he's a living embodiment of the Darkhold, plot twist, 2 movies later, he turns into Cathan for the Scarlet Witch solo film.
We are never getting a Scarlet Witch solo film. It's never happening.
No.
Yes, if this show does well, if we show support for Marvel Mystic, they will make it.
I don't
There's
think
a
so.
reason that Elizabeth Olsen has not been crapping on Marvel anymore.
Why would they give you a solo film when they could just hang her on a little hook in front of every single movie to make you go see her? And we don't even know if she's going to be in the show.
Sends her first post
Every single
credit.
movie. Every damn movie.
Or you just go animated.
Do you think that Marvel's worried that they can't get Elizabeth Olsen back? That they're just trying to weasel in Agatha to kind of replace that witch character?
I think that
Nope.
she is the sole reason. Not saying that I love Doctor Strange. I even if Wanda was not in that movie, I would have went to see it 3 times. But Elizabeth Olsen is the reason that Doctor Strange 2 almost made $1 billion at the box office. I think that
100%.
Marvel is more than willing to pay whatever Elizabeth Olsen is asking for.
I don't even mean money wise. She's kind of done with it. She didn't
she said she taking a break, which makes sense.
Okay.
But I think there are plans that have her involved in them, and I know she knows. Marvel knows. Marvel's not just going to give that up. They know what a mouse money.
And she has in interviews, she has been saying lately, like, "Oh, I would love to come back if we can find a talented writer to figure it out." I think I'm dead, but never say never.
She did voice herself in What If season 2.
What If?
Yeah.
And then they sidelined her.
Of course, but What If season 3
I
is
would be
coming?
pissed if I was her.
She'll be coming back in Marvel Zombies. I know that.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for that show.
How many is it? 4 or 6 episodes? I forget.
4, I think.
I know it was something absurdly small.
Yeah.
Those better be like 8-hour episodes. I'll watch it.
I will not watch that. I can't do zombies.
Break it up, Megan. This is your job. An hour at a time. Dang it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
ooh, Cameron likes
Yeah.
Tom's idea. Look at that.
Yeah. I'm for that actually. And
Thank you.
they kind of did that with Love from Thor Love and Thunder. Like Infinity went into that little girl Love. And so I mean it's not, I could see them reworking it where it was this one is the Darkhold.
If they make it Billy, they have to explain it somehow. And they can't do Wanda had to deal with Mephisto because Wanda is not on the table right now. So however all of that works. But
I don't know. I want the Darkhold to be a living character now in comics, or
I mean,
It
it pretty much
basically-
is with
It
Chthon
basically
in the
is.
comics.
yeah.
What if it is Billy, and what we're all wrong about is what he finds at the end of the road, and it's actually his Uncle Ralph because he just misses him.
Oh my gosh! What if it's Scratchy, or not Scratchy, but the dog? What was the
Oh my
dog's name?
Sparky.
Sparky.
Sparky. Yes.
Or maybe they'll find at the end of the road the runaways.
Yeah.
Oh,
Listen, if Nico Minoru, played
And
by
Cloak and
Lyrica
Dagger.
Okano, is there, I will be more than ecstatic. I need Lyrica Okano back in the Marvel universe. I am very passionate about this, and I'm willing to to fight for Lyrica Okano to come back as
we're all
Nico
adults here.
Minoru.
We're all
And
adults
you
here.
Are we though? Are we?
We saw
usually
we
get
saw
one curse
Agatha
word
say
every 30
"eat my
minutes.
ass" last night.
You usually get one curse word
it
per
did give
30
me
minutes,
some
but don't worry.
pictures, but anyways, hot and bothered. Jennifer Kale. So after Lilia Calderu, fabulous Patti LuPone, I'm flustered now. I do want to say, what do we think is going on with Jennifer Kale being bound and all of that such? So she still has her magic, she just doesn't have access to it. Also,
I'm not familiar with the
Bashir-
character, quite frankly, until yesterday. Like I said, all the mystic stuff out there.
I honestly don't think that matters in this instance. They've
No.
been very vocal that this is a new interpretation of the character. Sashir Zameda is fabulous in this role, so I don't really care. Nobody
Yep.
before the show, when they were like, "Oh, we're going to have Jennifer Kale on the show," nobody knew who that was that didn't specifically read one comic that released one time.
Yeah, first appearance in 1972, and then who? Like,
Right.
Midnight.
So,
if
for
you know
people that are
Midnight
like-
Suns, that's probably about it.
Right. And so people that are complaining like, "Oh, she's black now." I'm like,
Who cares?
okay, did you know who that was before? First of all. Second of all, they take random names from the comics all the time to just make it a different character. Like, it's not like they took Tony Stark's name and gave it to this completely different character. Like, you're fine. Okay, we're covered on the main ones.
Well, can I tell you a real story? Real
Tell
life
me.
story here. So when Fantastic Four, the one we don't talk about, came out, you know,
So the one that doesn't exist. Got it.
yeah, the Michael B one. I was really, I'll be honest, where I was as a nerd and who I was as a human being, I was like, yo, they changed it up. I'm not, I seriously was one of those guys. And then when I realized you can do it so well in writing, I went and I had a completely new perspective on comics and outlook. So nowadays, when you change someone's race or whatnot, I'm like, cool. That's why I said anybody can be gay in the comics now. I don't care.
You mean it's possible to be part of the conversation instead of immediately getting defensive?
Oh, but that's the best part. I've been on both sides of it.
Mhm.
So it's like, okay, she's black now, whatever. I don't care. Just give me a good character. That's
Yeah.
it at the end of the day.
Like, I didn't care who she
True.
was before this. So I would not have even know if people didn't go out of their way to point it out.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know. But anything else on Jennifer Kale other than Sashir Zameda is phenomenal.
I love the
Like-
fact that Teen is more or less blackmailing them all into
Yes.
Yeah.
getting what he wants.
And where did that come from? He was this timid little, oh, please, thank you, boy. And then all of a sudden,
I mean, I
So-
think it was always in there. He's still adjusting the situation. Like, when Agatha is interrogating him, he was sassy as hell. Like,
black
He
male,
came
black
for her.
hold.
But I think that's when I was like, I don't think we can really trust Billy that much, because he was always an ass kisser, really kind. He was wild to Agatha, but she was under a spell. He was trying to break her out of it. But then
Yeah.
when he's blackmailing them, I'm like, okay, you're not afraid to get your hands dirty. Who are you? That's
said,
Like,
I want to be a witch, bitch. Like,
apparently, yes.
like, I'd be the same. You ain't get your Scentsy candles out of here. Go on the road.
I gotta
I'd be
go
the same
get a
exact
refill.
way. Like, I'm starting to age. I'm personally, I need some magic going on.
Like,
I
you
will
need a
read
scrub,
the
you
Darkhold.
know.
Yes, I will do
I
a
at least push the
chemical.
option for filter, so I'm good.
Going on to Alice Wu Gulliver, who is in the 2015 James Robinson Scarlet Witch run, played by Ali On.
Mhm.
I really liked her Hot Topic security guard look vibe she had going on. I think that there's a lot of mystery around her mom. I don't think that we've seen, out of all of the Coven, I think that we've seen the least of her and the least of her personality. And I still don't really know what to think about her. Like, I don't have a strong opinion about her. I love her personally. She's my bestie. Just from other like things I've seen her in interviews, and she seems great. I don't think she really got a chance to shine yet like the other ones. Like,
I think that's okay.
Yeah, and that totally is okay. Like, you can't give away all the goods at once. Because naturally she seems like a very guarded person, so that makes sense for her character. I do think there's a big mystery with her mom, and my headcanon theory is that her mom is just trapped on the Witch's Road somewhere, because it is told that her mom was a famous singer who had a version of the Witch's Road or Ballad of the Witch's Road that she released, like it's out there. And I think that that's how Teen is going to know it on later episodes when he has to sing it, because Joe Locke has openly talked about how like he had to record his stuff directly after Patti LuPone, and it was terrifying. But then he was like, I can't match Patti LuPone, so there's no reason to be nervous because I'm gonna bomb comparatively anyways. But yeah, I mean, so there's a lot of mystery with her. She's pretty guarded, and I'm interested to see more of her. I don't think there's a lot to talk about yet. And
I think
that's
that
fine.
what we have gotten out of her is a very typical, jaded former cop. We get that heavy emo, mommy issue, or parental issue. Oh, look at me, I'm groovy. I've got like the one streak of red in my hair, kind of. If you could catch that. So I'm okay with it. My big thing is, though, and obviously talking about the song, is I can't wait for the next 2-3 weeks how many cover versions we're gonna have here on YouTube. Like, when someone does a metal version, find me off the cuff, Tom, and send me the link, because I love metal covers.
My husband did the first.
I did
Was
the
it metal?
first actual. No, it was
Sorry.
based on the D23 version. But I did the first multi-part cover on YouTube, and I think that I'm still the only there's one from a different channel, but it's just one soloist. Without any of the extra vocals or anything. So, not to
It is our most liked video on our channel.
It is. So if I'm known for nothing else, at least I did that one Agatha song that one time. But I don't even know where we were going with that.
We were talking about so
me.
we talked about the song. So I figure when they started making the
that's
summoning
what
in
I
the
was going to
circle.
say. So there is a rock version coming out in the show, and it will be in 2 weeks. So it'll be episode 4.
So there you go. You might get
version.
Well, you're not going to get that. Best I can do is rock. That's the best I got.
All right, give me Lita Ford at least.
Sing metal.
Rock, Lita Ford, I'm good.
Okay,
because I'm old.
Perfect. Going on to our last Coven member, the lovely Sharon Davis, played by Deborah Jo Rupp.
This is a push for Green Witch. This is a big push. Yes. Oh, you garden Earth magic.
I will say, if there is an award for scene stealer, I would have never thought this before watching the show. Like, I love Deborah Jo Rupp. She's always hilarious, but this is a big cast to go against. Like, this is, you see them and your attention is drawn there. But every scene she's in, it's like nobody else is even in that scene. My eyes go straight to her. Like when they're singing the ballad and she's just,
I know she's probably a red shirt for a few episodes down the road, but I want her in the show the whole time. I love her character.
No, it is my mild theory that she's the first one to eat it on the road, unfortunately.
I don't think so.
We have
You don't?
Hold on. We have a very important comment in the comment section. So Gradient Echo says, my friend Christina has breast cancer. Can you all wish her a great airtight recovery? So I would definitely like to take a second for this. Christina, I'm so sorry that that's happened to you. I wish you the best in your recovery, obviously. And I hope that this show at least can be any consolation for you because I know that when I'm struggling, obviously I can't relate to that extent. But that's why media is so important to me, because it's kind of escapism in a way to forget hardships. But definitely 100%, we wish you a quick, speedy, airtight recovery in Gradient Echo's wording. And I don't know, that I'm speechless. Like
we're sending all our prayers and thoughts to you.
Yes, we need a screenshot with all of our hand hearts.
You may feel alone, but we're all here behind you, rooting for you.
Like 1,000%, 1,000%.
How are the kids doing that now?
They do it with
the finger heart. There you go.
Yes.
I don't know.
Usually,
like that now.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like pocket heart.
Let's say that might be an elementary thing, because your kids are younger, aren't they?
Yeah, well, one's in elementary and she's nonverbal, so I don't know what's happening in schools. So I have no idea. Oh,
big heart.
Good.
But all of my kids do this one, and they usually say the most awkward, cringy things after it.
Skibidi Reader's toilet.
That's God. Let's say I have 300 students, and the amount of times that I hear that daily is obscene. Like obscene. But
sounds exhausting. So I think, what if she gets to the end of the road and it's Mr. Davis at the end of the road?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, she's alone. She's happy to be there. She's terrified, but happy. And that poor woman had no idea what was going on. She's the only one dancing her little heart away. And she takes off her shoes out of respect for the road. She deserves whatever it gives her, unless it's death.
Right.
Okay, and here's my quick question. Which set of shoes was she? Was she the little water moccasins? Because I'm looking at the picture right now. She's done. Because if you look at everybody else's shoes, they are in a pentagram. Hers are not. She is gone.
And honestly, that is such a Jack Schaefer thing to put in there too. So yeah.
That's such an off the cuff Tom thing to realize.
She did the thing. Wait, hold on. I got to do the Leo.
Take a drink. I'm out. It was apple cider. I'm now out, but I had my little witch's chalice going on.
That's cute.
Yeah, I am sad. I do think that she is a red shirt. I think that she's out of here. But
statistically, more yellow shirts died than red shirts, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
When you're wearing a red shirt.
I know.
You're wearing a red shirt. Oh my God.
I would probably be the first to go.
He would 100%. He would have ate it in the house. He wouldn't have made it down the stairs. No, actually, he would have fallen down the stairs, and they would have gotten him.
I knew that was coming as soon as you said stairs.
Because he has hurt himself walking up the stairs, falling down the stairs regularly to where he has to walk down it like a grandma. At our old apartment, we had stairs that you could like walk under, like they were floating stairs, and he clotheslined himself like. Yeah. No, but he would not have made it down the stairs.
The introduction of the Salem 7, which I'm assuming that's who it was that came and invaded the house.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously, who the hell pulled the idea of taking the chick from The Ring and go and the Exorcist
and the Grudge
all throughout the house? Yeah, that's what it was. The Grudge, whatever it was. I don't
it even looked creepier because of their little witch shoes.
Little witch shoes. I believe that might be inspired by Wanda. Because of Sam Raimi. So when Wanda's coming out of that gong, and then they were just like, people liked that, so we're gonna keep going.
Anymore, that's just a go-to horror trick anyway.
I mean, by Friday, that's how I'm walking.
Creepy crawl.
Well, for all those
that
don't know, the Salem 7 are actually Agatha's grandchildren. They are Nicholas, her son's kids. So if that comes up, all the Salem 7.
I don't canon. He was busy.
He was an F boy apparently, but all 7 are his kids. So they're
I was about to
Agatha's
say,
grandkids.
any magic guy in a witch show, really think about it. Weren't they all F boys? At least
We've all-
most of them. Like, think Sabrina the Teenage Witch. They're all F boys. And then there's
Harvey
just that
was
one
not.
that you're
I'm
supposed
sorry.
to root for.
Harvey
Like I
was
said,
too
that
good
one
to
you
know
were
what to
supposed
do.
to root for.
That's true.
Harvey didn't know what the heck to do with one, let alone.
But if he did.
That sweet little golden retriever.
I'm trying to think because we are almost at 8:00, so I'm gonna cut some of this and maybe save it for next week's conversation.
Sure.
I would like, so going on, so we've talked about mild theories. I would like, and we're gonna skip the drawing activity. I'm so sorry. I know you were looking forward to it. But I do want to see what is your most wild theory. No way. I know your personal assistant. I'm so sorry.
It'll be here next week. That's okay.
But
I'm all good.
to be honest, I was having trouble thinking of 7 activities for us to do on stream. So perfect to recycle that for next week. But what is your most wild theory for the show that you're like, no way in hell is that going to happen? But this is my theory.
I'm going to go with my Darkhold theory that the teen is the Darkhold.
Yeah, that was.
I'm going to say that's wild possible, like very possible. I like that one. What about you, Megan?
Mm-hmm.
I have a few going on. Oh, he looked at me the right way. So that the teen is a Wanda variant. Won't happen, but it's there. That
America
Mephisto.
Chavez can go into the multiverse easily. You never know.
True.
She might have
So,
actually.
like, what if
she didn't have control over it?
Exactly. I mean, what if she got like Cable's little thing and just like did a little thing? But she could go to another multiverse, try to go to this one, get Agatha to take her down the road so she can get a fresh start, which is what happens in the comics. Dead Agatha and Wanda go down the witch's road, and so Wanda could get a fresh start.
Yeah.
And then she gets the red door, and then we come into the new series.
And what do you say, boys? What are your theories?
Yes.
I'll let you go because I already said mine. So if you say mine, I have to pick something else, but I might accidentally say yours.
The wildest, huh?
Yes.
All right. I think
as wild as we're capable of being, having bedtimes at 8 p.m. normally.
I think Miss Hart, or as I like to refer to as Kitty Hart. I think that she's just going to be sick of all this witchy BS, and she's going to end up being the big bad at the end and just takes them all out.
I like that.
She's the news.
Screw all of you. I'm taking all of your power.
Well, there is.
She learned it from Agatha. She's like, wait, I can have it all.
Well, there is
Blast
a rumor that some people think that she's actually Mephisto. That's why she's always
Mephisto!
There. There it is. So that's why she's always right there.
I'm okay with that. Only if they keep her in Deborah Jo Rupp's body as Mephisto.
Yes.
Like just red makeup, cape, and everything, and then it's
full
just
leathered
like,
out.
It's not
full leather.
Yes, I am. Honestly, I'm hoping for that. Like,
well, do you ever think like, what if she's someone's familiar? Like, with Agatha,
her name is Kitty. Well,
with Agatha, she called the teen her familiar, but in the comics, her familiar was a cat named Ebony.
Nope. Yeah, Ebony. Well, she said
Ebony
pet,
Hart.
not familiar.
She said both.
She did? Okay.
I say she did say both, I believe. At least in advertisements or somewhere. I don't know if it was in these.
She said it.
But it has
she said the first time he was her pet to Lapone, and then the second time when she was with all the witches, and they're like, "Who are you?" And she's like, he's my familiar. Which like it was brought up after she saw rats and cats everywhere. So who are those familiars?
Could
actually, I have an answer for all of that.
The 7?
They are the 7. So one of I'm gonna get to those Coven questions here in a moment. But all of the Salem 7 have like animal counterparts, and I don't know if it's like they just see through them, manifest them, or they turn into them. But each of the 7 is based on an animal. Finn says people think she's Rio, talking about Kitty Hart. People think she's Rio in disguise since the two haven't been on screen at the same time in any previews or trailers. I'm okay with that.
Well, she was a person in WandaVision. So like,
Right, but she might have just taken that identity. Like,
But
At the end
neither
of the
has
act, no.
but neither has Rio or Teen. Not that Agatha has seen. Both were behind closed doors.
we'll do so. My wild theory is that on the Witch's Road, we are going to find out that a certain lady from the MCU went through another accident portal, and Madison with a Y, but not where you think, is stranded somewhere on the Witch's Road with a martini.
Oh,
And that is all I want.
I'm in for that too. Oh my god.
What's a coven?
Are you telling me
in.
did she take a Wong turn?
She did. She did.
I hate that I can see that happening.
I could see it happen, and I think I want it to happen, honestly, but just briefly. I don't want her to stay. A couple of quick coven questions, just so people get to see your personalities outside of the show. So, as we said, each member of the Salem 7 has an animal counterpart. What would your animal counterpart be, and why? Or just what would it be? You don't have to say why unless you like have a really good answer. I don't even know if I have a why.
A penguin.
You'd be
They're
the
my
penguin
favorite.
witch. Yes.
That would be so random too. Just penguin walking down the road.
Just my little penguin
Watching
walking
you.
down. Yeah, just like if you see a penguin, you'll forget all about me. You're just gonna be confused why there's a penguin.
Okay,
I'd be
I got 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Now you have to
One,
combine them. So you have to be an animal that combines both of them.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. That would be a type of chimera then. So I'm good with that. So if it was mythical, it would be a dragon. It absolutely would be. I've been obsessed with dragons since I was a kid. I mean, heck, I got a dragon on my shirt here. If I could lift my leg up, I show you got a dragon on my leg. My wife has a matching one. It would be a dragon. If it was a real life creature, tiger, really, a tiger or something feline, strong and powerful.
What do you mean
feline.
real life creature? Dragons are real. I just haven't seen one yet. They came
A
from
dragon.
somewhere. Okay.
A driger.
Yeah, that would be me.
I like that. I think mine would be a really spooky red panda.
Like evil Master
Were you about
Sifu?
to say red panda?
Did you say a spooky red panda?
Yeah, specifically a spooky red. Like I want a red panda, but like some black thrown in there.
To all our listeners and watchers right now, can someone draw this up for me? Because I think this would be really cool.
Like, can somebody just take
Sorry,
Master
dude.
Sifu from Shrek, take all of his white and make it black, please?
Perfect.
So would it kind of look like the mom from Turning Red? Her panda?
Oh no, I want to be May from Turning Red, but just like a goth version,
Ooh.
like nets and everything.
Oh,
a little
let's
hat,
get-
not pointy,
let's
but like
do-
flat on the top. But
Let's do May
huge
and
rim.
who was the Asian girl from Runaways? We'll just mash them both together.
There you go. I want to. So if somebody could draw a spooky, witchy red panda with Nika Minoru's staff of
There
one
you go.
from Runaways, I would be forever grateful. I will make that my profile picture, and if anybody says that's not you, I will block them.
My spirit. Okay, C says over here, my spirit animal is Joan Cusack.
That's perfect.
I love that.
If we're doing people, mine's Patty LaPone.
Okay, well, since you stole my red panda idea,
Oh yeah, you didn't even say yours. What was it?
I think it
We
was
can
going to be
both-
a red panda.
We live together. We can both say the red panda.
But now I think
We're
I
a
like
cult.
a raccoon better.
You're a raccoon.
I'm a raccoon.
Because
A
you're
trash
a little
panda.
trashier.
Yeah.
So a
That'd be
gothy
cute.
trash panda. You already
That'd
got
be
the black in your eyes. Perfect.
Yeah, definitely
Um,
raccoon.
This question will be a little quicker. We'll just say we'll take out the why. If you could have any non-Marvel witch from pop culture in your coven, who would it be?
Falba.
That's a good one. So pretty
Get out
much
of there.
non-Marvel Agatha Harkness. But I think she's worse. Depending if it's the Wizard of Oz versus the Wicked version. the
Okay,
Wicked
so hold
version
on.
is a little softer.
Can we say magic user and not just a witch? Because
Sure.
I mean, you know,
Yes.
because you also got like Zatanna. I would love to have her. Period.
That's a good one. just right here. I would love it.
Just right. And speaking of which, can we get hot Agatha, like the new hot Agatha in the comics? Like, I would love to see Catherine Hahn all dolled up like she is in the comics now with that younger, sexy, Veronica stripe going.
Yeah, she actually does have that now. So in the current Wanda run, she has that. She also has that in the most recent Midnight Suns run.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see it in the show.
She's
Oh
yeah, in the show. I totally for it. Like, they might have to DH Catherine Hahn a little bit, but she's got the ass.
I think she's got it. I think she is the hot actor.
I think she could.
I think so
That's
too.
true. I think that that's why I was confused, because I was like, you mean the hot Agatha that we have? And she's proven it.
So, Meg, who would be your magic user?
Alex Russo from the Wizards of Waverly Place.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't even
And
think
returning
about that.
soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, she's gonna be in
Yes.
like 2 episodes, but like still, it's something.
I'll take all I can get. I love Sophie.
Exactly.
Only Murders in
agreed.
Waverly Place. Can we get
Yes.
that?
I would watch the F out of that.
Finn, I am with you. I was thinking of The Witches of Practical Magic because that is my favorite witch movie.
Yes, Finn says
Okay.
either sister from Practical Magic or just Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
But
But then
Fair.
at the last split second, I think I'm going to go with Sabrina.
which one?
Which
Melissa
one?
Joan Hart
Yeah.
or Jessica?
Karen Shipka. Because
Okay.
it's
That's a good one.
fun and, yeah.
All right, I believe that I have the one to beat them all. Baby. I have the one to beat them all. I say Samantha's mother, Endora from Bewitched, because she is the OG bad bitch. I want Endora on my team because she will not
No
mess
F's
around. She
given.
will get me to the end of the Witch's Road. She will drag me through it if she has to. She'll be like, no, I need you to survive.
Please, she's got
I
fast
should've
pass to the Witch's Road. Let's be honest.
Yeah. She made it. But no, I have like a portrait of Endora in my office made by a Columbus, Ohio artist, Gabe Gatton. So I love her. She's like my favorite non-Marvel witch. And if I was gonna have a cut, she would terrify me, but I want her there. I would need her approval.
And that
And then
flourish she always did.
Final question before we do our final plugs. If you were placed in a hex based on a TV show, what TV show would you want it to be and why? So if you were in an Agatha style hex, but your hex was based on a certain TV show, what TV show do you pick? That's it. I'll go first. I already have mine. The good thing about making the questions is that you get to think about them beforehand. But I pick the Schitt's Creek universe. Because as somebody who is hella tired in 2024 being a gay man, I would just like to live there for a little bit and not have to deal with most of the things that socially we're dealing with right now. Also, everybody there is just idiotly charming. So I 100% pick Schitt's Creek. I know magic doesn't exist there, but I'll give it up for a little real life magic.
Oh,
How I
that's
Met Your
such
Mother.
good question.
Ooh, that's
That's
a good one.
I had to
Now
go
it-
through I had to go through my comfort shows. So like Green Lantern the animated series, Dragons Race to the Edge, How I Met Your Mother. Like I'm all over the place. But yeah, How I Met Your Mother, because how somebody in their 20s and early 30s were able to live in New York like that. So yeah, if I could do that in New York, yeah, sure. How I Met Your Mother.
Are you the Ted Mosby of the group?
Don't be Ted.
Okay, quick theory. Okay, if you watch How I Met Your Mother, everybody has been every single one of those characters at some point in their life. So you can't be one of those characters. You know, you've all been the F-boy like Barney. You've been the determined person that wanted to do their job like Marshall. You've had the bad credit card problems like Lily. You've been the bleeding heart like Ted. And then I don't know how many of you guys have been Canadian, but you know, Robin.
I think I try to be a Marshall, but I am a Robin.
Mm-hmm.
Like on the surface, I try to be a Marshall, but deep down, my black heart is a Robin. Like I try my best. Listen. What about you, Megan? What you got?
I too went through my comfort shows, and I think I want to be in Letterkenny because it's just such a simple way to live, and just everyone's just doing their
She's
choring.
Easier.
Because
Huh?
it's Canadian.
Man, Canadians are taking over the world. I swear. I just need to
Can
convert.
they? Please?
I'm
We
saying.
can't handle it. Like, take it. Oh,
Mine would be Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore Girls
Yes.
are good. Oh wait, I changed my mind. Gossip Girl.
There's. Did you just spill water on yourself?
It's just such a good show.
Now, are you a Lori or are you? What are the
Rory?
the Gilmore Girls?
Rory.
Listen, okay, I didn't.
I've
watch
never
Gilmore
seen
Girls
it.
till last year
I've-
for the first time.
I
It's
only know.
glorious.
I've never seen it.
Um,
It's just not scandalous enough for
No.
me.
no, I am not a Rory. I am a Lorelai.
What?
So a little uptight. Got it. So before we get off here, I just want to thank everybody for joining our very first Coven Chat. It means the world to me. Going off of Megan's whole life story right now of Nerd Haven and the Vigilante Vibes podcast of non-toxic fan spaces, I'm just really happy to have less toxic fan spaces and to be able to nerd about things that I love without being like literally attacked.
Yeah. I understand.
But so I want to thank both of you for being here, and I guess I want to thank you too, but he didn't have a choice. So if you could give us one outro, plug everything you got. We want to follow everything you have. We want to see it all. We want to what you got going on.
Ladies first.
All
All
right.
right, so I'll go.
Girl.
You should have kept going. That was so funny. Oh my god. You can follow me on Twitter at Megan the Gangsta. You can follow me on my
I can
Facebook
vouch,
group,
it's
the
true.
Nerd on the Nerd Haven on Facebook, YouTube, Threads. My kid is going nuts right now. YouTube, Threads, everywhere. Vigilante Vibes Podcast, and you can look us up on every podcast platform under Vigilante Vibes, a Marvel podcast.
And I believe that your Agatha review is already out, correct?
No,
For
we
episodes
recorded
1 and 2?
it.
No,
We recorded it this
that's
morning.
what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say I know you did something for it, and if it's
Yeah.
out, I want to acknowledge it and have people go watch it.
Today is the
So
day
Tom,
of Agatha.
Yes, you mean it is the year of Agatha. First of all, Tom, what you got?
So you can find me everywhere. Just Google me at Off the Cuff Tom. I work with Nerd Initiative. So every single Monday night I have TV talk. That is all me. I do it right now. We are covering Agatha as well. So you can either start your week off right, and then I do it by myself. And then on Thursdays I'll be hanging out with these fine folks sporadically throughout the season. Because I got a spooky pop in. Other than that, Tuesday night we've got Turn a Page, and trust me, we have some amazing stuff coming up. We can't talk about it, Megan, but correct, am I right? The things that we've been talking about in the thing, and things are happening.
Don't you
Wednesday
feel so left out now? We're not in the club.
Wednesday we got all the comic book reviews coming out. I think this week we did over 30 reviews online.
It was 35, I believe.
Yeah, 35, something like that.
Yeah.
And then coming up New York Comic Con, I got a bunch of stuff coming up there. I also have some stuff coming out. If you guys didn't know, I'm a huge Power Ranger person. I just recently went to Power Morphicon. So if you want to talk Power Rangers, that is definitely my wheelhouse. I got videos producing right now, about 15 some odd interviews with cast members. I'm just a busy guy. So Off the Cuff Tom everywhere on the internet.
Now, before we sign off, I do have to ask, since you went to a Power Ranger convention, please tell me you cosplayed in what Ranger?
So I don't cosplay. If I did, no, hold on. If I did, I would only do the one that I have the right body type for. And if you really know your Power Rangers that well, it would be the Aqua Ranger / Kyoryu Cien from Kyoto Ranger, because it was the first ever white guy, American white guy. Technically, he was also Canadian, but the actor, but he had a little bit of a belly, and I'm okay with that. So I can pull that one off.
Listen, the way that I think about cosplay is you are as if you were that character. Like, I am not as scrawny as Joe Locke, but I got the whole Agatha.
Oh no, I'm saying pull it
on.
off. I just wouldn't feel comfortable.
You got this.
In the spandex. I'll
Yeah.
bound
You
somebody.
should
I
always
won't.
be comfy in spandex. So this is me pushing
Spandex
you.
is a privilege, not a right.
The privilege is confidence, which I have none. All of my cosplay is like heavy, like I need a lot of stuff over top of this. Let's
Mhm.
cinch this waist, do something like that.
But typically, when I
But
go to conventions, I'm always working, so I always try to look professional. So I don't.
boo. But for Bleeding Rainbow Comics, I'm LJ.
I'm Win.
Thank you both for coming, and thank everybody that is in this video that will watch it later. It means the world to us. And we will see you all next week, hopefully, both in the chat, on the video, and somewhere at Kroger. So thank you. Have a wonderful night. And go watch Agatha for the 17th time. Or 18th. I think I'm at 18. But goodbye. Have a wonderful night. Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye.